just got back this past weekend from Texas, where we had a meeting with ASB, and they've got some new stuff for us. So I'm going to try to, if John can get this thing fixed, show you some new stuff. But I just wanted to, we had the meeting, and then we did some breakout sessions, and it just never ceases to amaze me. There was probably about 75 to 100 other branches or satellites that were at this meeting, and they did breakout session. They had myself and about 4 other RSMs that were just not in the breakout session. They just had us there for other managers to come talk to and sit and ask, hey, what do you do? What does your branch do? Why do y'all have good numbers? Yada, 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 all these kind of things. So, my answer to every one of them was just you got to have good people and treat people the right way, and then they will do a good job, and you got to care about your clients. So that was kind of my answer, because there's no magic pill, and I said you got to have people that are willing to work hard, have goals, and understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. So, but with that being said, I don't know if we'll continue to be on that. Or they'll continue asking me, because we're dropping pretty rapidly in rankings. We always used to be in the top 3, and we're currently ranked right now 7th place. So we've got people that's actually learned some stuff, I guess, or whatever, but they're kicking our butt. And that was 7th place for the month, and right now we're 5th place for the year. So I'm just like everyone else. I probably got a little bit of an ego, so. It's when I sit there and watch 4 other guys or ladies in front of me, you kind of start saying, oh, no, you change something, do something. We need to maybe look at some other things. So that's what we're going to try to, hopefully some of these things will spark some interest and spark some excitement. But just a couple of key things that I picked up. How many people in here are on LinkedIn? Good majority. Well, I learned something. We had an attorney that spoke with us, and we had a couple other managers there, but different ones. But they talked about the growth of LinkedIn. It's been around for like 8 years, I think it is, something very close to that. But they went and they've grown to almost 300 million subscribers in less than 8 years. and it's all business. It's not. Hey, I went to the beach today and look at the egg sandwich that I made and eat, or look at my children. It's not about, like Facebook touchy-feely. It's a lot about business. I love Facebook. I'm not down on Facebook, so don't get me wrong. But I think for what we do, but they talked about the importance of having a really good LinkedIn page and explaining, because people are looking now for services that are not necessarily all the seniors, but the middle-age group ones that are looking for insurance or different services are looking on LinkedIn. Hey, I want a good attorney, because you can look at references, look at how many people they're in business with, how long they've been in business, all those kind of things. So my advice to you is, if you don't have a good LinkedIn page, update your LinkedIn page, check it, look at it. It doesn't take much to do. It'd be a great resource. But right along with that, we haven't really talked a whole lot about, and we've just kind of been casually bringing new folks in to the organization. And what I've found is people who bring in people based on a personal reference, like Troy came in through Bill McCurdy, I think is the connection there, just a couple of different ones. They just do really well, they adapt really well, they already know someone. So I want to put an incentive out there for you, because what I'd love to do is, for this next year, is for each person to find one person that they want to bring in and work with. So who you want to sit next to and work with. So I'm putting $500 on the table if you bring a person in as a personal recruit, that you say, hey, I've got somebody I know, and we hire them and they come on board. That will be a $500 bonus to you. And I'll send that out. John will send that out in the email with all the particulars on it. And then also wanted to put an incentive for that person, and we're kicking off something that I actually went to ASB and asked them to do, and they agreed, because I think we need to have something for somebody to get off to a fast start, because the statistics of the insurance world, that if somebody can do 90 apps in the first 90 days, or 30 apps in their first 90 days, or $25,000 in premium in their first 90 days, the likelihood of them being in the business 5 years from now and successful is like 89, 93%, something like that. So to me, that's a good statistic, and we should kind of drive people towards that. And so I'm putting out a jumpstart bonus for anybody that started in August or September. We can't go back any further than that, but if you start in August, September, if you do $25,000 in your first 3 months in premium, and we're getting ready to go to MA season, so that should be pretty simple to do, you'll get a $250 bonus on top of just your normal pay. So that's called the Jumpstart bonus. Plus, if you're bringing a friend in, that's a way for them to try to reimburse the money they have to pay to come on board. I think it was $200 right now, $250, whatever it is, to come on board. So that's a way for them to get their money back for that. So that's just some new things to announce there. The next thing is, what I'm excited about is we've got a new website through ASB with some tools. So, we kill the lights, so I'm going to ask John to pull this up.
All right, so when you're going to the website, you go to AmericanSeniorBenefits.com.
Hold on, John. Like, if you hold all the questions to the end, because we'll probably answer most of them, so let's just go through it.
You're going to click the login on the top right. After this meeting is over, I'm going to send everybody, this works, on what your login is. Your password is the same password as Paperhose.
Scott broke it. It's processing, John. Don't keep looking at it. It's going to be processed 12 times.
It's very fast.
We put a laptop in this thing. Get ready. We have my laptop upstairs, right in the car.
Internet's a little slow this morning.
Do we got a laptop right here close?
I don't know. Nothing all of it. As soon as I get it.
All right, I'll talk about something else.
There you go.
What?
There it goes.
There it goes. So we still need to hook something up, but that's slow as Christmas. So y'all will be as bald as me by the time we do this. I don't even know. Oh, that's not right. I don't even know my login. John hadn't emailed me what it is yet.
Yours is should be the first letter, then your last name.
No.
Is it working now?
Yeah, but it didn't.
I'll just
You
look
need
at
to slide it. You need to slide this back. It's not picking up the mouse and keyboard.
Here, can I sit right here? You don't mind? Sorry. I gotta plug this in.
Come sit right here.
I can't plug this in. It doesn't have the right port.
Username.
Or project.
Oh, because it's only
Yeah.
HDMI. Yeah, move out that way. Here, here's your mouse.
Well, after I get the password in, I'm not gonna need it again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you. I think I already had something in there.
It hits multiple.
Seems to be going through that. You gotta.
No. I will send you out your individual username and password.
Hey.
All right, perfect. So this is what the beginning of it looks like.
Hit note. Top right.
Mouse works.
So, what this is the new ASB dashboard, and what you're seeing right now is a manager view, but you'll see as you log in, you actually see your individualized business. So it's going to tell you September, submitted premium, submitted policy count, your actual issued premium, your issued policy count. And then they're adding in right now, I made a suggestion when we were at the meeting about the minimum performance, the 7,500 in a quarter you got to do. So they're going to bring in a quarterly thing showing you what you've done for the quarter, the countdown, making sure you're over your minimum expectations. Because I know sometimes there's people asking about that. And then your year-to-date submitted, year-to-date policy count, issued premium, and issued policy count. And then the next column is the convention. It's got countdown, the flyer for convention, and they're also going to bring in what you have left to qualify for convention. If you're a manager and you've got a team, it's going to show you your team level, and then you can click on it and also have your individual level. Then under carriers, click on Medicare supplement, for example. This I think is pretty cool. So it's got every carrier that we have in there, and the nice part is, so if you want to submit business with Aetna, click that. It brings up a sheet that shows company, the rep that is for our company, Medicare supplement, the website, the support lines, sales lines, supplies, everything you need to do business with any company, it's got it there for every company we have.
And they break it down by,
By
obviously
product
line. So if you're curious, if you're using a quoting software and you're like, oh, I don't know if we have that company, you can say, oh, okay, yeah, we do have Oxford Life.
It'd also be big for Medicare Advantage, the ability to fax their applications in.
Yep. So it's got everything you need right there. Plus, if you put back in. So you click on that, the website, it takes you right to the website for the agent page that you need to go to log in or whatever the process might be. So that's a fantastic tool. And then on where we have quoting tools, we've got the LTCI, which is long-term care, like deaths that you can get long-term care codes. We don't use that much. Then you've got the CSG, which is the one that we use currently on the through ASB, same place. And we've got two new ones that we're going to be talking about here in a minute. We've got one under iGroup. We've got the iPipeline and WinFlex Web. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And then if you, where's the, under here, under training, they've currently got this is the training that ASB does, that when they have it's always been out so far out west and stuff, so you've got every video they've ever done, so you can go in there, and it's got the breakout sessions, it's got everything training-wise, and they're actually bringing in some more stuff. They're going to make it where each branch can add in different things, so I think that's going to be pretty cool as well. Yeah, Scott's in one of those. Data capture, agent manual, that's showing you how to correctly put business into max to make sure you're maximizing for data capture. And then the reporting, if you go back up, reporting instructions, you now have the ability, John, show somebody how they can run a report.
If you're curious, what kind of business, let's say how much business you've had canceled this year, or what you currently have pending, or what's actually been submitted, it'll show you the numbers.
Show them how to do a pending report. So pending.
You would click pending, you'd click all products, and whatever date you want to start at. So let's say you want to see what I have pending from January.
You wouldn't want to
Start
do
with
that.
January? Well, yeah, that's going to be a lot for this
Yeah,
example,
don't do
so
that. Don't do that.
we're not going to do that.
Just do last month, so last month going forward.
And then let's say we just want to look at Gary. Run report, and it's going to show all his pending business.
So we've got three policies for.
He's got 3 final expense, 3 life, 4 Medicare Advantage.
Okay, yeah.
And then if you go to view data, it'll give you more information on all that. It'll show you all the policies you have pending. This also works with submitted, issued, it shows all that kind of information.
Whatever you select.
Does this track against the websites or what we key in as issued?
It tracks against the one check statement and max.
Wow, that's cool.
So what shows as paid for is when ASB gets it through one check and enters it in. So the issued report updates every Friday. The submitted updates every night.
This is huge because we write a ton of CIPs, you're not sure which ones are actually getting paid for, there's no pending on it. so.
Absolutely.
And now you can see all that information.
Absolutely.
It's actually a good thing too. United Healthcare just started.
So you can go in there and you can see whatever you need to see about your business. And this is, if it was me, each week I'd run a pending report and know what's changed, what I need to work on, what, if anything, and I would strongly recommend it because right now this is a huge tool. We've kind of been in the dark about policies that lapse. So what happens is when a chargeback comes through on a one check statement and you get charged back for something, it's going to show on the lapse report. I would run at least once a month, run myself a lapse report, figuring out what canceled, and try to see why they canceled. Sometimes it's because somebody's bank draft didn't go through right, there was a mistake, whatever the case may be.
Scott's got
Oh, wow.
14 policies that last.
Golly.
Somebody on the road.
How much money that equates to? It's a lot of money.
We just switched them over to other carriers.
Something's on yourself.
That's not correct. That's still active.
All those policies are on themselves. Another good week again, guys.
That's not correct.
What's not correct?
Mine, my growers.
I bet it is. If it's in here, it shows.
It's not, this took out last week.
Well, you don't want to check with that. 'Cause this is what feeds off of one check. Did you replace or change something?
No,
You might want to check on it.
telling you that's incorrect.
Well, I'm telling you, you might want to check on it.
Okay, so that's how the report builder works.
I'll check
Call
that
your
for you,
agent.
I'll call them.
Good one. Thanks.
Now this is also great because it has a link to the Mac system. Click in there and log in like you normally would. It also has PaperHost right here.
Oh, and what the Max login, once you log in, if you're logged in through here, and you go to Max, you don't have to log in through Max. It just takes you automatically. PaperHost does not, but Max does.
Wow.
They're also, Mike wants to get an area which they're going to do where it's going to show your most recent PaperHost commission statement. Or your
On
number.
the dashboard,
Yeah.
your
So-
last week's check.
So whatever that number was, it'll just show there last week's one check.
So it kind of saves you if you don't, unless you want to get really itemized, you don't even have to log into the PaperHost.
Now the thing I'm most excited about is my carrier agent numbers. I get calls all the time, and my license with so-and-so, did you submit my paperwork? I don't know what my number is. This has all the companies that we've submitted contracting for with you, and your agent numbers for all the carriers. Now, any companies that don't go through ASP's electronic contracting system, ones that you have to, we send you a link like an Oxford or anything you do through Messer, you would just click Add New, type the carrier and the number, and it saves it in there.
And I strongly recommend you to go in there and put all those in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Can you do,
Okay. Good question, Randy. So this is the new website.
So, and the big thing we need to do is that AmericanSeniorBenefits.com. I know a lot of you got a direct link to PaperHost, direct link to Max, direct link to these quoting softwares. What they're asking us to do, and it's just a favorite thing, it doesn't help you guys or it doesn't help or make things easier, but I mean, it's just, if you can just get used to just click here first because they're trying to build up their web traffic. So if you go to American Senior Benefits and then click through that, I'll make a log into Max, which is a good thing, but if you could do that through PaperHost and everything like that, that would just be a helpful thing.
Wait, so you're suggesting going to ASB?
Yeah, just go to the ASB website. What you should do is check, you should open that up every day when you come to work, look at your dashboard, what I get paid for, what I got, all the kind of stuff. And then it's going to also have messages on there. Anything they need to tell you about your business or any kind of thing, you need to renew this, you need to do that. Eventually they're going to start having, they're going to have life, they're making a life back office, just like the annuity back office. You're going to start getting some pending requests and stuff like that of things that need to be done that are also going to come through this. So you just need to go ahead, they want you to go ahead and get used to logging into this thing every day.
So if I want to do a North American quote, I'm used to going to just straight to the North American website.
We're about to show
They
you
want
that.
me to go through this instead?
Yeah, I'll show you why here in a second.
You would probably go to IT, wouldn't you?
No, you wouldn't.
go direct.
No, you go to here because there's a link right to your iPipeline or your.
No, I know
That's
that.
right.
He said North American to begin with without this, but I thought you would go to IT.
So one of the other big things they have now is in the Mac system, you can send out all different kinds of cards. Let's say you have Charles
Jim
Dillon.
Chambers, where you at? This is for you.
Charles Dillinger had a birthday. You want to send him a birthday card. I don't want to do all the legwork. You click on to the left, who you want to send it to, purchase cards. You can send any of these cards.
Birthday, New Year's, holiday.
Look at Christmas.
I guess it on the Christmas card yet.
Click on it. You gotta click on the Christmas
Well,
card.
you click on birthday card and it pops up everything.
All right.
That's what the birthday card looks like. Pretty simple. Got a nice little quote in it. It's $2.15. Add to cart. It'll pop up with credit card information to fill it out.
That's a
I
pretty
think
decent price.
postage.
That's everything.
Yeah, they cover postage and everything.
Postage and everything.
That is a really good
Maybe they don't
price.
have any of the other cards yet.
Trump, where's the thing?
It's not Halloween card?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
My holiday card.
I did. Didn't work. Okay. Well, right now they have the birthday card. I'm guessing they're working on the others. I'll have an answer for you on that one. But that way, if you have a bunch of people with a birthday, you just click on all of them, click purchase services, birthday card, fill it all out. So it's nice, simple, and easy to do. Like, they cover the postage, the card, and everything. Nice little message from you.
And you should, like when you log in, don't you get the little thing that says these clients of yours have birthdays or whatever? Yeah, well, if you log in and you search that, you can just pull the ones that are having for the month, click through. I mean, that makes a huge difference. I mean, in my opinion, is because when they have live events, they remember your name. Or some other agent calls.
Is
It's
there a
his
way to
thing.
filter by active?
What was that chart?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can filter by anything you want. You can search
That's what I was-
everyone with a birthday in September, and then you can say all the ones that sold, all the ones who you can filter by product. However you want to filter it, you can do it.
Go on the dashboard.
This is the dashboard.
All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is iGroup. So click on.
I don't think that new Winflex was ready.
Is this the
You
Winflex
you
one?
just have to go up to the quotes.
No, that's not
But
good.
this is what we're used to using now.
Yeah, this is,
So it's not there
yeah,
yet.
the Winflex was
Supposed to
ready.
be, he said hopefully by when, next week?
Yeah.
All right, well, so I'll just explain to this what it is. Do we have the slides that show what it looks like?
I have it on my computer that I can't use.
All right, well, I'll just tell you about it. So what we have is iPipeline now, and it's going to be your tool to use for all term and all guaranteed UL. And the nice thing about it is you go in, and it's a quoting software, you put in your client's information, and it automatically brings up the companies that they fit into. Even health-wise, you answer the health questions on there, it's going to do all this kind of scrubbing for you. Well, this company, if they got this, you can't sell that company, or here's the best company. It's going to do it by price, ranking, everything. So as long as and it does that by if you put in medication or health conditions, and it compares all the ones only the ones that ASB sell through, that you have through ASB as well. So it doesn't bring up all the other ones. It brings up the different ones. It puts in a nice little page that comes up, and it'll have, North American, Trans-American, whatever all of it is. And side by side, well, whichever one you choose you want, you just click it. It automatically transfers your client's information over either into a paper app that you click a button and it prints a paper app for you, or it does an e-app. So it automatically puts the information right into an e-app. I strongly recommend using e-app because all these companies have it now. It's basically got a button and it's all the paper forms are up to date. I mean, it's way better than we could ever do. They update every night at between 3 and 5 a.m. They update all the, so if a company changes something, adds a new form, automatically done for you. So it's real simple, and they did a statistic. It's 9 to 12 days faster to get underwritten and issued, and 9% more business gets placed that's done by e-app. So I would strongly recommend using e-app. And they don't have to use their finger to sign or anything like that. They basically you check a box, and the client types in their name, and they say, "I typed my name," and electronically sign. I mean, we've all done. A lot of companies are doing that now, so we've all done that. Real simple, real easy. iPipeline also works on your phone and tablet. So when you're out somewhere, you can use your iPads or whatever else you got, and it works on laptop, obviously. So great tool, and it's got all the companies in there as well. You can click on there and say, I got a guy or gal that's got this. You don't put their name, but it'll send you back and the information to tell you, you know, what you should go to. So it takes all the guesswork out of not knowing, especially if you're new, not knowing, you know, there's 15 different companies, which one should I use? Yeah,
What about the suitability?
all that stuff's in there.
Everything?
Everything you need to write that company electronically is in there. One thing additional you have to do is you'll need to do a cover sheet that we use for here, because that's how we key in our business. And we won't even know that it was ever submitted.
And a suitability background.
Yeah, fact finder suitability, our suitability you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, our suitability cover page and a fact finder. You'll still have to turn in here, but
Okay.
all the app automatically goes over. It just takes the time from John having to key it in here and then send it off. It just speeds everything up. So, good question. I'm sorry.
It'd be nice if we could integrate that pipeline thing, so we can populate it anyways, and see like Portamedic or Exam 1, if they can just say, just click a button
Well,
and say,
currently we don't like Portamedic, but Portamedic is actually with that.
oh, they are.
Yes. It automatically, with some of the companies that they've got contracts with, it actually automatically will order the,
Paramedic,
Paramedic.
Exam and all that stuff.
um,
Portamedic does that, I still use mine, I haven't had
Yeah.
to, so.
Exam 1 doesn't have the contract with them, so if you want to use Exam 1, you're going to need to call.
So when you do it, they just click on a button, there's a link inside of there,
Yep,
and just
it,
goes.
it asks you if you want to order paramedic. So, it's really actually pretty cool. Again, I haven't physically used this. They just did a demo for us in the thing that they went through. It's got a needs analysis built into it as well, which is, you know, if you're not doing your needs analysis, I think you're leaving money on the table. If those who don't know needs analysis, hey, if something happens, do you want $10,000 or $15,000 for immediate burial? Do you want how much you're going to need to pay off your mortgage? How much you need for emergency funds? All those kind of things. You know, the quickest, easiest close, if you're not using that, if you use a needs analysis, you get this, and it comes up with, number one, people always support what they help create. You can ask anyone, it's just a fact. If you help create it and it's your ideas, you're going to support those ideas. Number one. So you get to the bottom and it shows that somebody needs $250,000, $300,000 worth of life insurance, and their thing is, God, I can't afford that. Well, what do you want to leave out? Well, you said you wanted to have $5,000 a month for living expense. Can you live off $2,500? You know, that's the kind of things you have. And the easiest close you ever have in life insurance is once you have that, you write all that number down. Okay, so we come up with you need $200,000, and for $200,000 I can get that to you for $150 a month. So when I leave here today, one of these are going to be your responsibility. $250,000 or $150 a month. Which one would you prefer? That's the best close you can ever do in life insurance. That was my go-to all the time. Because they can't say anything about that. You had them create the need. They gave you the numbers. Only thing that keeps somebody from buying that then is they can't afford the $125 a month. And then you're just going to back down. What are you willing to give up? It's the easiest close ever. I'll do a training on that one day if you'd like. You can do that.
Yeah.
Tuesday at 8.
Tuesday at 8.
Yeah, no, Scott's got that.
8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Next one is WinFlex Web. Some of you might have used that. That's for, you know, right now you got to go to North American and download North American software. You got to go to this company and download that software. So it's a really pain in the neck. And do you always have the most current software downloaded? Well, WinFlex Web fixes that. WinFlex Web comes in. It's a web-based program. So if you're out in the sticks and you don't have internet, you're going to be, you know, you might want to do some prep work. But as long as you have internet, then you have the capability of running any company software at any time, up to date, real time. So constant. And it does the same thing in WinFlex Web. You click a button, it takes you right to an EF. 1035 exchanges, anything you want to do. And it does a whole full printout of of how the money grows and how it does. You know, it's like the software does. So it keeps you from having to download all that software on your laptop.
Can you clarify the 1035? I thought we said that it wouldn't do 1035.
iPipeline does not. WinFlex Web does.
Okay.
So if you're transferring money and doing ULs that are going to require, you know, you need to show people comparisons, WinFlex Web. If you're going to term and guaranteed issue and easy issue life, iPipeline. All right. I wish I could show you the screenshots, but they unfortunately don't have them. They told us to be ready by today. That's why I scheduled the meeting for today. wasn't ready. They haven't got all the username. They're trying to get 1,000 people username and passwords, and it's taking longer than they expected. So this is provided through us through a group that we partnered up with called iGroup. Some of you might be familiar with it, but I want to give you a contact name. So if you're out in the field and you don't have internet, you can call this number, and they'll actually, is that it right there? Yeah, that's it right there. Mark Fayak is his name. He's a very energetic, very talkative person, so he's perfect in his job. But he will, you can call him up and say, I've got Mrs. Jones, she takes these medications, and I need a quote. And he'll sit right there on the phone with you, run the numbers, and tell you exactly what companies and how much, email it to you. You know, if you can't get internet, you're just going to have to write the stuff down. So, but that's for any time you have any questions on anything, you can call him about life insurance, as far as term and ULs.
Can you text the information?
I'm sorry?
Text the information?
Could he text the information?
Probably, yeah. I would say yes. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he would. He's also on Facebook, so you can get Facebook Messenger, I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Close to his wall.
Is he on LinkedIn?
He's on LinkedIn, absolutely on LinkedIn. I sat down and had dinner. He bought me dinner while I was out there and sat down and told me about all the stuff and how great it's going to be, because we're the number one. We are number one in life insurance. So we're the number one life insurance officer. He's very interested in talking with us. So and he's got some more tools that he's gonna, once we get these rolled out, he's got some other things that he's gonna be asking us to kind of pilot and see how we like. So we'll see how that goes. The next thing we had, so that I told you how we're at number 7 right now. Well, the top 6 offices, or offices I probably mentioned you before, they are using a telemarketing system. Outside source company. They've been using about 2 years now. You know, we tried to do that in-house. It didn't work. That just didn't go well for us. But they've kind of figured this out now, and it's a total outside company, and you don't have to pay per hour, you don't have to do anything. So we have the opportunity now to get telemarketing surveys, and you basically pay for what you actually get. And you don't have to sign up any time period, you don't have to sign up for any kind of situation. No contracts, no nothing. It's basically $15 per telemarketing lead. What they do is they call, verify the phone number, verify the name. They get permission. It's verbal, recorded permission, saying yes, someone can contact me about my Medicare supplement or Medicare Advantage plan. Those people that are killing us, or they're using this extensively, they increased, what was the number,
$125,000 in premium.
$125,000 a month in premium just off of using this telemarketing service.
What does it cost?
Huh?
$15.
$15 a lead is the exact cost.
The big difference with this compared to what we were doing, guys, when I played with Tyler Lanson up in Jackson Hole,
It's the same company he's using.
it's a separate entity altogether, so they can call anybody with a phone number because it's not a soliciting phone call. So there's no.
Yeah, they're calling the do not call people. The
That's
people
the
that we
big
can't
difference
call at all.
compared to what we're doing. We had telemarketing teams calling the same non-responder list that we were. Now you've got the entire other side of the market out there, and that's exactly what he was doing. So we should get a lot better results than we were.
They don't say they're with ASB, they don't say they were Cornerstone, it's a total different survey company. We're doing a survey, and then they say at the beginning, would you be interested in having a professional or a representative call you and talk to you about this? If they say yes, that's a qualified lead.
They give you any sales ratios on those leads to sales?
Yeah, 6 to 10, 6 out of 10 they're selling.
So how does Cornerstone get signed up with this?
We're working on it.
How do they know to call South Carolina?
Well, we send them the areas that we're wanting to do.
Okay.
We're going to get all the particulars. I just wanted y'all to know this existed. We would be, in my opinion, would be crazy to do it today. We just did a lead drop, and it's Medicare Advantage open enrollment season. We've got more than we need to do right now. I think it would be a waste of money to try to start it now. But I just wanted you to make it aware. I honestly don't care whether you do it or not. It's just up to you. It's just another avenue.
It may create a little buzz too if everyone's all concerned about open enrollment and stuff. They say, well, they do the drug plans, can they come and talk to me about that too? So
Sure. But we'll have the exact. What I do know is cost, and that I've got I had a testimonials by 6 other top branches that said they're using it, and it's an outside source. It's not everybody had the same results I did with trying to do it internally. You know, you just can't get good quality people to stay and for a reasonable factor. I mean, it was when we did the breakdown for ours, it cost me about $24 a lead to get a telemarketing lead, and they wasn't as good as what these are. They played video, they recorded, they record every call. It goes directly into your Mac system, so when you get it, it'll be right in your Mac system, and we can target any area, however many you want. So it's going to be pretty easy, pretty simple. I just wanted you to make you aware that it's there. You know, we'll have particulars, I think, hopefully by next week.
Yeah.
But just want to make you aware while we were talking about it. The next thing, I got Med Advantage goals.
Medicare Advantage season's obviously coming up. We're going to put together some goals. We kind of want you guys to start thinking about numbers. You're going to sit down with your manager, and they're going to, kind of go over some stuff. If it's high, if it's low, if it's realistic, what you're going to do to accomplish these goals, all that kind of good stuff. So, kind of be thinking about over the next couple of days what you'd like to hit over the Medicare Advantage open enrollment season.
And just don't do fluff. I mean, because I've got to, each year there's a lot of behind the scenes. I got to go negotiate. This is why comp changes, is I got to submit in a number that says this is what our agency's going to do, because that's how they adjust comp. The more we do, the more next year we can make. All that's adjusted by the amount of production that happens. So I take y'all's goals, and I submit in, and I tell them this is what we're going to do, and then it comes back and we do less than that, then I got to eat crow. And they come back and say, well, we told you said we're going to get this volume, and we paid you based on that volume. And then I got to go back and adjust all that, and it just creates nightmares. So what I'm needing everyone to do is to realistically, this is what I think I'm going to do. If you're new, I know we're going to probably guess for you. I still want you to put some things, but we're going to probably adjust those. But people's been here and you've been for a couple of seasons, you should kind of know what kind of season you're going to have. So really put some thought and just don't say, well, I'm going to try to do 100 of them, and here we go. I love the being ambitious, but I'd much rather have realistic. And if you're doing a store, Scott, you need to stay after the meeting.
Yeah, if you guys are planning on working any of the stores, please stay after them. After everybody leaves, we got to sit down with everybody.
Is there anything else I need to show on this?
No.
Put those lights back on. Okay. Blinding by the light.
Wake up.
So just a quick question. In 2012, we were featured in Forbes magazine. How many people actually use that when they're in the house?
Every time.
That's fantastic, right? I mean, that is a tool that is invaluable. It was pretty cool that we were chosen to do that. Well,
Such a great credit.
all right, I just got a call this morning based on us with the Better Business Bureau. I don't know if everyone knows, but we've got 10 years plus with the Better Business Bureau of being an accredited business. We have 0 complaints. We've had 0 anything. So I was approached by 3 different magazine publications for us to be featured in. Fortune Magazine, Bloomberg, Business Week, and Money Magazine are doing a write-up on us. They are featuring us as the premier financial institution in South Carolina. So they're going to be doing a write-up. So we're going to get all 3 magazines, and I think that's huge. The publication is going to be the January issue of all 3 magazines. And we were chosen, and it's based on, we were one of the few financial institutions, because most financial institutions don't have that. They don't have squeaky clean records. So you need to give yourself a round of applause for just keeping, doing it the right way. And, I know myself and Dave and John, anytime we have any kind of complaints, we get on that quicker than anything you can imagine. I mean, we want to squash anything, and we always try to make things right with people. So it's not that we haven't ever had a complaint, we just get to it before anybody else does, and we make it right. So that's a huge thing. I mean, if brothers don't know, just give you an example, Forbes Magazine, does anybody know what a half-page ad in Forbes Magazine costs?
$15,000
There he is again.
You stopped them?
Takes my dang
Yeah, this conversation with Mike earlier today or something.
Scott doesn't know. He just knows because I told him earlier. But I'm trying to be all smart. No, I'm just kidding. But it's 15,000 plus to even do a half-page ad. So we're going to get a full-page feature in all 3 of those magazines. So that is going to cost us money. Even the last one, when they did the Forbes magazine, it cost us $12 grand to do that article. Even though they're featuring you, you got to pay to be in an article. It's kind of nuts. We're getting all 3 of these for 10 grand. So, which is pretty cool. I'm going to probably take on the majority of the burden, but I'm probably around January, we're all going to get that inmate money, looking at about $100 a head from each agent. Because I think we're all going to get benefit out of it, and I think that's very fair when the cost is 10 grand for everybody to put up 100. And you got till January to do it. So if you want to start making some payments, if you want to give it to John, you want to do however, that's the possibility, but not to John.
We'll give him cash. Don't give
I
him
take cash, please. No checks, cash. Cash only.
And you'll
Now-
send us a postcard.
Now,
North America.
Now each person will get a magazine. If you want additional magazines, each magazine you're going to have to pay cover costs, whatever that is, but we can order them at the time and get bulk. I don't recommend going out and handing a magazine to every person, but get you 4 or 5, because you'll work, like Matt has wore out his, I know, because he pulls the magazine out at every appointment. It gets a little brittle. But the other thing that happens with this is we also get, just like with the Forbes, we get a web link that you can send anyone, anytime, right to look at us featured in Money Magazine, look at us featured in Bloomberg, look at us, So this is just huge. I mean, it's a big honor for us to be selected, number 1. Number 2, I think it's the hugest marketing thing. There's no lead drop, there's anything else that can compare to you and the credibility. When you walk in and say, here's 4 premium business money featured magazines that we're in.
That's what people are looking for. I've never met Jeff Cook, but I would imagine he's good at what he does because his shit is everywhere, all over the place. So
Absolutely. And when you're looking for somebody, I want somebody who's credible, and that just builds us great credibility. I don't care what kind of client you're meeting with, from people that have, they're living on just barely getting by to extremely wealthy. That means something to everyone.
You can't put a banner out front because of some of those regulations, but you should probably advertise in local publications that are being featured.
Oh, absolutely. We did that when we were with did the Ford. We're going to absolutely do that. We're going to have seen the Somerville Journal, seen the Charleston paper, Post and Courier, all those. And but we always submit over to the news to see if they want, because they're always looking for something. So we'll try to get some bang out of it all day long. But I thought that was good, and I was excited about it. I want to tell you guys about it. And have I missed anything?
Just the Medicare Advantage stuff that we got to go over.
That's people that stay there if you're doing anything.
We have one of each book for the 4 Care Improvement Plus plans, which are
Medicare Advantage,
the 4 different kinds. You want to tell everybody?
RPPO, LPPO, dual, and gold.
Speak English, man.
We have one of each of those books to give out to everybody.
He knows this.
So that way you guys have it. If I did, I wouldn't have asked. So we have them ready to go for you guys. We have a bunch more books we're getting in. We're still waiting for all the Humana stuff. We ordered over 3,500 things from Humana. We ordered another 1,200 or 1,700 scopes today. Hopefully that'll all be coming in within the next couple weeks or so. But we wanted to get those Care Improvement Plus books into your hands.
We had 1 FedEx and 1 UPS man that quit already.
So we're going to be handing those. So if everybody, when you guys leave, go out this door, we're going to hand 4 books to everybody. And then if you guys are doing the stores, please stay after you get those books. Like I said, we have some very important announcements.
Have a great weekend. Thank y'all.
Thank you.